Hey, what is up guys, this is your boy Dwight here. Today we'll be talking about Valtan normal mode on my Gunslinger. And the reason why I wanted to show this is because a lot of people ended up telling me Gunslinger is ass, the damage is bad. I got MVP on a pretty decent notion, so here is the proof of all that. Not only will I be going over the mechanics of Valtan itself, but also the mechanics that I specifically use as a gunslinger. So let's get it started. Starting off with two skills that I always use as an opener, and that would be Spiral Tracker performed followed by a quick step. Reason why I do this ups the crit rate and it also ups your attack and your movement speed. This also means that you can pop multiple of your rifle skills in accordance after you've done your quick step. This does require you, however, to use a single tripod skill that will up the attack and the movement speed. Level that up quite fast and you will be just alright. After Valtan jumps to the sky, there will be a lot of green circles that you either need to dodge. However, if you don't have the ability to dodge, there are skills that will help you out and they will have paralysis immunity within their description. This means that even if these green circles do hit, they will not push you, they will not lock you, so do keep that in mind. After Valtan has done another rush, most of your rifle skills will do destruction. If you follow all of those up, you will do both damage and destruction at the same time, and in a sense, after he's done it the second time, you don't actually even need a destruction, which is quite good. Next one of the skills is very common, a double swing into a slam AoE. Use yourself a paralysis immunity skill for the next swing coming up and you will be allowing yourself for a lot of free damage. Next one up is the 130 health bar mechanic. If you don't do this, you will 100% die. There are two ways how to deal with this. One of them is ball throw, which is currently shown at the screen. Standard to the AoE. If you don't, you can still save yourself by having one of these blue balls to make sure that you don't die on one go. A thing to be aware of, after Valtan has jumped forward, there are chances that he can once again into the opposite direction spin the hell out of everybody. So if you think, oh, I need to get it to his back attack, you might want to wait, because for one, it could push you, two, it could do a lot of damage, especially on hard mode. After the change of scenery, I once again want to get all my buffs up, which means Spiral Tracker into the quick step into whatever rifle skills is up at that point. I saw him jump forward, a little bit caution over there, single swing into axe up into an X on the ground. So whenever you see that one, don't stand to the back of him, just stand to the side. Overall, I think that is the best spot to stand at as a gunslinger. After a little while, Valtan decides to jump to the middle, do a big AoE, and you can simply dodge out of this one. The next upcoming one is quite nasty, and I'd like to call this the mechanic the please not me mechanic. Reason why is it's gonna target one of the 8 players within the field, and if you are within the indicator, I don't think you can time stop within the indicator, but outside of the indicator you can time stop that, which is also one of the reasons why people like to take that one. For the second part of the mechanic, he will do a big swing. Now there are several ways on how to dodge this one, and I'd like to give you guys some tips on this. So for one, the closer that you stand to Valtan, the easier it is to dodge, because you will have to travel less distance. That's one. Two, the moment you will see the indicator, the side of the indicator has a width. The moment the width of the beams become a little bit smaller is also one of the indicators where you can dodge. This is something that I personally use. Some other people use the audio for it, but another neat factor that you can use is that you can move your character left, right, left, right, left, right until the indicator stops moving, and then you move out. After Valtan reaches about 80 to 85 bars is when he will jump once again into the air. He will go either to the left or the right, so the perfect place to stand at is the absolute middle, and with that indicator you will be able to know which opposite side you need to move at. After that, he will once again go to the middle, do a few pillar stuff. You can still do a little bit of damage, but most of it is negated. If you once again get hit by the big swing, look at the beams to the side, they become a little smaller. The moment you see that happen, you will be able to move out, which is very easy. Triple slam and onto the second slam, you can do your counter skill, get it up straight away. And with this mechanic, please get everybody out of the prison. If 2 out of 3 are still in the prison, especially in hard mode, you will die 100%. If only one of them is still there, just a little bit of damage. That's something that you gotta be aware of. After all this, we need to worry about the 65 bar mechanics. Pretty much you clog together not get hit by any of the pillars, and the next move you will need to counter. So everybody stands in front of the thing. I do a 1 or 2 Mississippis. I use the counter purely intuitively, and it works that way pretty well. And it also opens up a window of opportunity for a lot of damage. So pop all of my skills. Hit roars, nothing happens, just a simple silence. In or out. This time it was out. I was mad lucky, because if that was any better, double slam, counted that one up. Ew. And once again, spiral tracker followed by a quick step into any of my rifle skills. A spinnerooski. Most of my rifle skills were down. Here we go once again. You could use a spiral tracker or any skills that do a lot of hits, which means that if you do this right and some people are dead, you will still be able to get people out of the purple prisons. Frontal jump. This time, not a spinnerooski once again. Single swing into X. He drops down the X, which indicates an out and in mechanic. One of the easier ones to see once you kind of get used to that one. If you don't, you will get hit and it hurts. After 30 bars, he goes up to the left, jumps, and you gotta stand all the way to the opposite side. If you do that, you cannot even click outside of the arena. You will not get hit. There are some people, especially at the start, that do get hit. It's absolutely unnecessary. Look at the beams once again. This person does not know how to do it. Nearly kills off everybody in the team, but luckily the people knew. If he just stands there and he doesn't like knock the ground, he will rush towards you and grab a certain person, yells at him like he stole his candy. Single jump followed by a spinnerooski. This is exactly why I mean that whenever he frontal jumps, you need to get the hell out. X. So go to his side. And after he has reached a 15, a bolter needs to be popped. It isn't 100% necessary, but this will be followed by a mechanic that you will all have to face. And that is a lot of damage, lots of slams. This is usually that if you have a healer, you will be able to stay safe. There will be a in and out mechanic. Stand behind the pillar. Now the bolter is popped. You don't actually need to stand behind the pillar, but it's just a usual habit of mine. This is the start of Ghost Phase. This is arguably one of the hardest parts of this boss fight. And 9 out of 10 times it opens with a spinnerooski. Simply get out of that or use yourself some paralysis immunity skills so you at least don't get pushed. Followed by a grab into roar. Now this is one of the biggest windows of opportunity because it's very see-through. After a little while he will start spawning cows and you will need to counter these. Corresponding to what his buff bar says, you need an X amount of counters, which then allow you to do more damage. One thing that I would like to say to the people, the side is probably one of the safest places of Valtan whatsoever, and this just indicates it once again. Don't stand behind him because that X could push you out. I didn't even go for this counter because I know that my Gunslinger cooldown are way too high. And here is a mechanic that is first shown, and that is the counterpart. What I end up doing is whenever I see the back attack bar, I stand to the utmost left side of this. This is an absolute guarantee to save your way outside of the counter. Also, please don't hit him because it will just wipe your entire team. If you want to do some fun stuff, get yourself a paralysis immunity skill or even a push immunity skill, hit and see the rest of your team die and then end up soloing the boss if you want to go for the maximum MVP. But yeah, I don't think you will get very liked if you do that. So once again, counter coming up, but people are very much doing that at a safer space. At 26 bars, what I end up seeing is that Valtan decides to just once again grab, counter skill. I usually just click where they need to stack so that the people know. A front to back skill that I haven't emphasized on as well, but it does a front to back to front skill, which opens up another window of opportunity for a lot of damage. A cow coming up, a grab being held, and I just get yeeted in the process because, well, I wasn't paying attention. I got out. What I could have done over there is use my push immunity skill that is on my D bar, and well, yeah, after watching that, I shouldn't even be showing you guys this video. But either way, that is it for the full fight of Valtan on my 1415 Gunslinger. Now for the actual gear, please check it over here. Honestly, it's not even anything fancy. I would rather even push out the adrenaline to get myself keen blunt weapon instead, and probably even increase my damage by that point. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys into the next one. Peace.